his thoughts are higher than your thoughts, my ways are higher than your ways piece to it is just because you're like, I don't see what's happening. I don't get it. You've obviously got a plan and I'm just following along at this point, but just kind of that seeing like there is a bigger purpose and he knows what it is. And there's some comfort in the fact that I don't have to know it because he does know it.
Everybody knows what a pastor is, okay? But a lot of people in the church, even DPS, it's been around for a while, but I'm still not sure if people really understand what a deacon or a DPS is. So in your own understanding, in your own words, what is it that you do in the church?
Okay. Do you want what I do?
Like, how about go wide first?
Go wide, okay.
And then go narrow.
Want to make sure.
Yeah.
So wide, deacons in LCC, what are they? So we kind of have more two categories of deacons in Lutheran Church Canada. We have those who have been rostered to work in Lutheran schools, those who've been trained in Lutheran education specifically, and we have the ones that work in the parish. So usually directors of parish services, but we still have a few holdouts from those who have been trained in the States or elsewhere. So normally those are the director of parish services, and those are the ones working within the parishes.
Okay.
So
a parish diaconal worker, how does that relate to the pastor?
How that relates? So we are flowing out of the Office of Holy Ministry in the sense that the pastor is always there and is always the head role in that sense. And then the deacons are there to assist, to help that pastoral role so that they are free to focus on what they're uniquely gifted for, and especially for the word and sacrament ministry. So we're kind of asked to do what they don't have the time to do or what they're maybe less gifted to do.
I should sign up for a guest spot in my class. Right. Great. Thank you. So, and then specifically now, you're working in Winnipeg.
Yes.
So what is your role in Winnipeg?
So my title is Associate Director of Family Ministry. Oh, I did it. Associate Director of Family Ministries, and looking at how to support the needs of family ministries across the country, whether that's kind of supporting within the congregations, equipping those who are already working in those roles, and just kind of resourcing them.
Okay, that sounds great. So I've known you for not that long.
Yeah.
Right? I think it's been about a year and a bit or so.
That sounds right. Yep.
Basically, since we got back from our last furlough, I think I kind of met you. But you're from Ontario.
Yes.
And now you're in Winnipeg, serving as a deacon. That girl that was in Ontario, how did she get to be in Winnipeg? What was your story?
Long journey. So I guess we got time for the long story. So growing up, I kind of knew I wanted to do church work, or I thought I did, sort of thing, but I wasn't sure what that would look like or what opportunities there were for me. And it's funny because looking back, I did interact with a few deacons, but I didn't know that they were deacons or what they did or that they worked for the church. So it wasn't relevant at the time. But so because of that, I started and went to school and university for social work. So I did that because I was like, I want to help people. I don't know what that looks like, but that seems like a good basis. So I had done that. I worked a little bit in that kind of area. And at that time, I was volunteering for the Circuit Youth Program in the Kitchener area where I was. And I had met a director of parish services intern that was interning within the circuit as well. And I was like, oh, finally, this is exactly what I want to do. But that's actually when the program had stopped existing at that point. So I was like, okay, well, we'll just continue on what I'm doing. And, I'm enjoying volunteering in the church, and that's fine. That's what I'm doing right now. So I was doing that then. And then probably 3 years after that sort of thing, I was working. But because of some of the fun things that I really enjoyed about the job weren't happening anymore. So I was like, but that's when I found the advertisement in the Info Digest, the LCC's newsletter that's saying, we're looking for a youth director in Vancouver area. I was like, oh, that'd be perfect and exactly what I want, but I'm not moving to Vancouver. So we're just going to ignore that. But, I kept seeing this posting all over the place. So I was like, okay, bartering with myself. If it's still there in 2 weeks, I'll apply, and that sort of idea. And then finally it kept being there, right? So I had applied for it, interviewed, got it. And I was like, oh, okay. So I guess I'm going to Vancouver now. So I was there working in that youth director role with 2 of our congregations in the Vancouver area. And then I'd done a lot of volunteering growing up and a lot of that maybe more practical kind of side of things, but I didn't have the theological behind the position type that I was in. So I was like, oh, it'd be great to get a little bit more of that knowledge. So I'd reached out at that time, and the program at the seminary had kind of just come into fruition actually the year before, but with no one in it yet. So I had reached out and said, is there any, option for me doing this from where I am and online? And they're like, that's not really the intention, but I was like, that's fine. This is kind of contracted. I'll wait until I'm done here and maybe I'll go there, sort of thing. And they're like, no. Like, we'll work with you. Like, we want to train up deacons. So, and they did, and it was great. I went for some in-person short terms and started that way. And then I was able to do it, remotely online for a few classes kind of through the semesters. And then finally got to Edmonton for a whole year, actually. Did finish up any coursework I needed, and then internship and the call in Winnipeg.
Okay, that's the whole story.
So the whole story, very long.
That's great. No, it's great. So I there's two things that kind of came up that I want to kind of get back to.
Yeah.
It sounds like the way you tell the story that like from a very young age, you felt like you wanted to work in the church, and that really never went away.
Yeah.
So do you know what's behind that? Like, what was it about working in the church that kind of drew you? Like, what was exciting about it? What attracted you to it?
That's actually, I don't know that I've really ever thought about like the why behind it. I mean, I think we were at the church all the time. I feel like because or just seeing examples of those who I knew serving, right? Like my dad was an elder for pretty much all my life, sort of thing, and mom did the Sunday school and VBS superintendent sort of roles and stuff. So even after I was confirmed and everything, then I pretty much immediately went into teaching. So like it was just kind of a continual, you're there, you're involved in the life of the church. So I think it's probably just the examples of others serving within the church. It kind of led me in that direction, probably.
Okay, cool. And the second thing is, so at the end of your story,
Yep.
Look at the beginning. Now let's get back to the end. You were the first deacon to be trained in our GDPS program at the seminary, so we're really proud of you, right? Yay. But what was that like? I mean, you started after COVID?
2021.
Oh, so it was still kind of in the messy, muddled middle part of it.
Yeah, like it was more open, kind of a thing at that point in time.
And so a total of 4 years. Because 2021 start, 2025 graduation placement, whatever. When you reflect on those years of training, online or in person, and the classes you took, the people that you took them from, the people you took the classes with, what do you think was really formational for you? Like what was it about that worked, or something that kind of stands out for you as being like, that was really, really important. That had a really big impact on me. Yeah, or a person, or I don't know. You can go any direction you want.
It's like, ooh.
It's a big question.
It is a big question. One of the things that I really enjoyed, specifically on like my year that I was actually, on campus and could interact with everyone more regularly. But I loved just being like able to walk down the hall to like go to the professor and be like, hey, do you have some time to chat? And like just kind of run through things or questions I had and that sort of thing too. So just kind of that smaller atmosphere was really great, and like developing those relationships with the students as well. And then, just kind of having that opportunity to just be like, this is what I'm thinking. What do you think? That's
cool. It sounds like there might be some stories there. Do you remember any of the questions you asked to which prof? Could you like in 30, 40 seconds, like, that might be too short, but like, because like sometimes the stories are they really pop,
I think oftentimes it would be Dr. Gimbel that I would walk down the office to chat with him, and it wasn't necessarily very like specific things, but it would be he had a little bit more experience with team ministry and things like that as well. So he would have mentioned maybe something in class, and I'd be like, "What? Like, can you tell me more about what you're thinking about that? And how do you see that in this role, and how I am, and that sort of idea too." So just kind of some formational questions and just understanding the role a little bit too. And I think some of that pastoral diaconal experience with that as well, because he had some of that more experience as well.
Great. So it was great to kind of have him as a resource to kind of get your head around all this stuff.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Okay, so you are a very new, worker in the church. You did have 1 year of internship in Central Alberta.
Yeah.
And then, other experiences throughout your life. So, even though you've only officially been a deacon of the church for a short time, you've actually got quite a bit of experience already, working in the church. What do you love about it?
Oh, the people. The people are the best. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I think I was asked, maybe at our recent youth gathering, one of the questions was, what do you love about our church and Lutheran Church Canada? And it's so funny. It's such a small family feel to a lot of the things, because I did grow up in the East and I've worked in the West, but you go somewhere and they're the connections you can find between congregations where you don't think there's going to be connections is just amazing. Even in this new position, my email is very public sort of idea. So I've gotten an email from someone who was like, oh, my husband was the pastor in Wellesley back, and he would have been there to baptize your aunt or something like that. And so it's just this beautiful kind of small family connection sort of piece, and just, yeah, the people.
Cool. So about you, I don't know, again, you grew up in the church, you've kind of wanted to do this work for a long time. So when you think about what we believe, what the Bible teaches, the people that are talked about in the Bible, I don't know, different points of doctrine, it could be anything really. Is there something when it comes up, it gets you really excited, that you just love that person, or you love that verse, or you love that teaching, or something? What gets you juiced up about the scriptures?
Oh goodness, what a question. If you're thinking favorite Bible section too, I was thinking Isaiah 55. I always really enjoyed, and that's probably actually came from confirmation when we were kind of talking about some of those verses about God's word not going out empty, right, or not returning empty. It served its purpose, so that sort of thing. But the whole chapter's got so much good stuff, God's ways are higher than your ways. And you're that's good, because I have no idea what's happening right now. And just that idea too of I don't understand, right? Or I'm confused, and well, he's got it, and that's fine. But yeah, and then the invitation to come to him, and it's just, it's a great chapter. It's a great chapter.
That's great. Is there a time when any part of that chapter, and I agree, I love the just as the rains come down,
yes,
and do not return with the water in the earth, making a bud and flourish. Yep. So is my word. As a Bible translator, that was that was one of my go-to ones. That was an important one for me, because sometimes I got discouraged, and you think, oh, is this actually going to do anything? And then you cling to that promise. So is there any part of that chapter in particular that you recall being especially helpful for you in any kind of a situation that you found yourself in? I don't know, where discouragement came, or I don't know, it could be anything really.
I think just that reminder, as I kind of had said, that, his thoughts are higher than your thoughts, my ways are higher than your ways, piece to it is just because you're I don't see what's happening. I don't get it. You've obviously got a plan, and I'm just following along at this point, but just kind of that seeing there is a bigger purpose, and he knows what it is. And there's some comfort in the fact that I don't have to know it, because he does know it, and that sort of thing. So just kind of that comfort that he's there, he's guiding, and yeah.
You can trust him.
I can trust him in that.
That's really cool. So we're not sure who's going to see the video, but I'm hoping that some grandma's going to show it to her grandson or grandkid, or granddaughter, or that some other young girl in the church that maybe is like you, wanting to maybe get involved in the church sometime, some way, but not really know how to do it. Yep. If you wanted to encourage them, on that path, what would you want to say to them?
Just explore the possibilities that you have. Talk to those around you, and see if they're thinking, if that person is thinking of exploring that opportunity, right? Talk to those around you, and talk to them about, what kind of opportunities are there. And if you happen to know someone already in church work, whether it's the pastor or if you're going the diaconal route, talk to them if you can, and just kind of see what they're doing and that experience. It was a joy for me to get to know some deacons in the role before I had kind of even started the education process, and just to kind of get that fuller picture of what that looks like and what they're doing, and just kind of the possibilities that are there. So yeah, but even just talking to those around you, because they know you pretty well, and they can maybe see things in you that maybe you're even questioning of like, can I do this sort of thing? And they'll be a great source of encouragement for you. Yeah.
Good advice. Samantha, thanks for sitting down with me.
Yeah, thank you.
It's been a pleasure.